Marijuana Mama here, alive. Just rocking at 4:23 a.m. Hoping everybody's having a wake and bake at 4:20. Whoa, 4. How's everybody doing? I'm going to be talking to you about right from the beginning about how to start your clones if you have a mama plant, or how you can start from seed at this point. This is winter. This is when you would start your plant for the spring. It would take you probably about 4 to 5 months to get it to be about 2.5 to 3 feet tall. So by starting it now, you'll get it at a good height and a good strength. And even if you put it out in the winter, it'll still survive in April in the single digit numbers. Weed is a weed. Weed is a weed. It'll grow in any circumstance. The only thing that can kill it is man. Man does things wrong with plants. That's why plants don't turn out. Naturally, if a plant's outside, does it rain every day? No. So what's the answer? You do not water your fucking plant every day. It causes root rot. It causes mold on the leaves. It causes a fungus. And even if the plant did turn out bud to bud, it would probably be so moldy that it would make you ill and die of pneumonia probably. Root rot is one of the worst problems that people have with plants, thinking that they're caring for them when actually they're not benefiting them in any which way by watering them every day. The only plants that could possibly survive in water like that would be plants that are in the bottom of the ocean. So stop fucking doing it. Another idea I have for people that's using the high pressure sodium lights. I know they're dear on your pocket for your hydro. I was thinking generator. If you have a big room and you don't want to pay the bill for the hydro, if you had a generator, it would help with the amount of hydro you're using if you had a gas power generator. And another thing you can look into is LED lights. They're available everywhere. Amazon has them. You can buy the grow tents on Amazon. I would say you could buy a 6-foot by 10-foot Amazon grow tent for approximately $299. And in that tent, you could probably grow between 20 and 40 plants comfortably, making the larger amount of plants you grow, the smaller you'll have to grow them. The less amount of plants you put in the tent, the bigger you can grow them. Most plants need 2 feet by 2 feet in their first 2 months of life, because you want them to get wide, not just tall. A lot of people don't realize when you don't top your plant, you will have a lanky, tall, maximum 8-budded plant, 8 to 10 bud plant. But if you top each plant, which means pinching the 2 leaves in the center of the tops, you will double it. So say you have 1, you top it, and a month later you top it again. Every time you top it, it doubles the amount of buds you will have at the end of your plant cycle. So as it's growing, every time you top, it doubles. So first you have 1, then you have 2, then you have 4, and after a while you have 164 because you've topped 14 to 25 times in the amount of time that it's growing before it buds. You do this in a repetitive thing. As soon as you see that there is new life in the tops of your plant, you pinch the 2 leaves. It's just a pinch. You don't take any more than the top 2. I would say take about 3 millimeters, not cm, of the top of the plant, which will make it duplicate. Every time you make it duplicate, which means you'll have more bud at the end of your harvest, and each plant can create up to 3 pounds when you do it this way, and it's less likely that you will have wasted time with growing indoor, because you will actually get the size and quantity of plant you want. Another thing you can do, a secret that I've always had, and it works amazing, it will prevent anyone that don't know what to do with fertilizer or to properly use fertilizer, or actually read instructions. If you don't know how to follow instructions, I'll give you the easiest way to fertilize your plant. Never have to worry again. And just be satisfied that your plant will never have death on it, because it is being fertilized the best way that was always known how. For thousands and thousands of centuries, people burned wood. And when you burn wood, there's ash. And with ash, you put it in the soil, and it creates nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, which all plants in the world need to grow. When you take ash and you put it in your soil for your plants, natural effects occur which prevent it from having death, which prevent it from dying for no stupid reason as like giving it too much of one type of fertilizer. And it is always at an equal quantity, so there's never too much of one or too little of one. There's always the same amount of each one when using ash, and that 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 should be is possibly the best quotient for a plant to grow. Any plant in the world can grow this way, and in better health as well. Watering, I would say don't water it every day. I'd say water it every 3 to 4 days, depending on if you have a fan on it or not. Believe it or not, some people don't believe they should have a fan. But what is outside? Air. What does the air do? Move. What is that called when the air moves? Wind. What is naturally outside? Wind. What should you do for your plant? Give it wind. How do you do that? With a fan. Congratulations. Everybody knows how to make natural atmosphere for your plant now. What are you looking for?
My butane.
Well, I don't know. It should be under the kitchen sink. Okay, sorry, folks. It's, it was our great-grandfather's stories that got me always knowing how to grow plants. And by knowing about the ash secret, it will make your THC levels on your THC go higher than TH strips can test. I didn't know you'd run out. You got the yellow one, though. Do you have that one? You got red one.
My lighter runs out. I have to fill it with the
Yeah, but your red one. Your red Bic now.
I moved that thing, but that was something different.
Well, I'm going to take a break, folks. My love has never felt so strong than when I'm beside you where I belong. I'm sorry, honey. I don't know what we would have done with that unless it's in your black bag because you tucked it away. Where was it? To the galaxies
With what?
and beyond.
Oh, tools in your black bag?
You are my number one man, my number one guy. I love you wholeheartedly.
Well, I don't
With
think
my entire
anybody else knew where it was anyway.
Being. Without you, my life would be known. Without you, my life would be dull. Life has just begun for lovers of living. We can do this thing called life right. We will fight
I
with
distracted
all of
my
our
show, but I just
might.
put a song on. So
You are my psychic, all-seeing wizard, magician, trismegistus. You
wouldn't
are
believe
a
what song I
mighty
put on.
warrior. You're going beyond all
The song I just sang, Lovers of Living.
to hold me in your extremities.
I'm still
to
doing it, but I just got the
protect
song
your
Lovers of Living, the song that I
number
sang to you.
one girl.
Can I have the headset so I can listen
Life
to it?
has just
when it's over? The
begun.
red and black one?
For lovers of living,
And that way
we
I can hear
can
myself too, and I
do
won't
this
hear you
thing
guys, and then I
called
won't get distracted.
life right. We will fight with all of our might.
It's almost over.
You got your mic on.
You are a mighty warrior, going beyond to all adversities. Hold me in all your extremities to protect your number one girl. Never to again betray in any which way, shape, or form. I will demonstrate my longing for belonging, to be honest, caring, loving, passionate, and fun. 'Cause we as two are fun. Life has just begun. For lovers of living, we can do this thing called life right. We will fight with all of our might. Hey folks, yeah, that was a song I sang in the middle of the night, and I sang it for Wolfman Mike, and this is the first time he ever heard me sing it. I put it on the show because I found it in my recordings, and I decided I was going to start putting some music on my show, so I hope everybody enjoyed that. I don't really sing, I just kind of... What do you call that? Bellow? Whatever you want to call it. Yeah, back to marijuana. Marijuana's been on the planet since the beginning of time. And so who created marijuana? Who created Adam and Eve? Who created water? Who created the sky? Who created the clouds? Who created you and I? There's only one. One. And it's called the All. The All is the all-seeing, the all-knowing, the all-being, the all-everlasting. And for me, I've had beliefs all my life from before birth to before my past lives and beyond that. I've always had belief, and I've always had faith. And a little joke here, if you look under a test, it's an IQ test. It's called the Jesus test. And if you look it up you just go on Google and you put in the Jesus test, 15 questions. I passed 100%. And I am very proud to know that I am... intuitive, and I've picked up a lot of stuff throughout the years about information on Jesus and God, and by being an intellectual member of the presence of God in my life, I've also known that there's no ifs, ands, or buts, that there is an all. And there were gods and goddesses who walked the planet at one point, but in a certain era is when the gods combined forces and made there to be the all. Goddesses are just as important as gods. And mothers are female, like goddesses.